Hello everyone, welcome back. We are on chapter 4, The Treasure in the Forest, written by Herbert George Wells. He is an English novelist, journalist, sociologist, and historian, best known for his science fiction novels. The Treasure in the Forest. It is a story in which two men search for Spanish treasure, letting greed get the better of their awareness as the story moves ahead to show how power and greed corrupt human beings. The story begins with the mystery of the place where the two Englishmen, Evans and Hooker, are going on in their canoe, a little narrow boat. They are sailing their canoe in the sea beside the thick forest in a hot sunny day. They are in search of some treasure. हुकर र इभान जुन थियो तिनीहरूलाई एउटा ट्रेजर चाहिएको थियो and they were in search of that treasure. So the story begins with it. They are sailing their canoe in the sea beside the thick forest in a hot sunny day. They have got a map of finding the treasure which they had grabbed from killing a Chinaman, Chang He. तिनीहरूले चाङ्गीलाई मारेर त्यसको ट्रेजरको म्याप त लियो अनि त्यही म्याप हेर्दा हेर्दा दे वेन्ट अन लाइक दे वेन्ट अहेड फलोइङ अल द डिरेक्सन रिटन देयर तर तिनीहरूलाई सबै कुरा चाहिँ बुझेन किनभने आधी जति कुरा चाइनिजमा लेखेको थियो एन्ड द लेटर्स अनि त्यो जुन ड्यासहरू थियो दे वर भेरी अनयुजुअल सो दे वर नट एबल टु अन्डरस्ट्यान्ड वाट डज द्याट मिन बट स्टिल दे क्यारिड अन एन्ड दे वेन्ट अन विथ द डिरेक्सन्स तिनीहरू जाँदै गऱ्यो खोज्दा खोज्दा तिनीहरूले आफ्नो कनोय धेरै प्याडलिङ गर्यो टर्न बाई टर्न एन्ड देन दे रिच्ड द रिभर माउथ अकर्डिङ टु द म्याप देन दे रिमेम्बर हाउ दे मेट द चाइना म्यान तिनीहरूलाई एकैचोटि त्यहाँ पुगेर दे जस्ट रिमेम्बर हाउ दे मेट च्याङ्गी जसले सारा जुन ट्रेजरहरू थियो त्यो स्पेनिस सिपमा एउटा लुकाएको थियो त्यसपछि तिनीहरूले चाइना म्यान च्याङ्गीलाई मार्यो एन्ड दे टुक द म्याप फ्रम हिम and started looking for the location. On the boating, they reached the river mouth indicated by the Chinaman in the map, and very hardly they found the location near the heap of stones. After finding the heap of stones, they saw something near the heap of stones. When they went closer, तिनीहरू त्यसको नजिक जाँदाखेरि तिनीहरूलाई एउटा डेड बडी भेट्यो एउटा चाइना म्यानको अनि एउटा फ्रेसली डग होल त्यही ग्राउन्डमा and they could see that the Chinaman was dead because of the treasure hunt in the hole. जुन त्यो चाइनाम्यानको घाँटी थियो र त्यसको बाँकी जुन पार्टहरू थियो the neck of the Chinaman was completely puffed and purple and the hands and the ankle were swollen. Evans and Hooker went close to the dead body and they looked into the hole. They saw some ingots, the metals or gold bricks in the hole. Ivan bent down and in the hole cleaning the soil with his bare hands and pulled out one of the treasure, the ingot. त्यो जुन गोल्डको बारहरू थियो त्यो तिनीहरूलाई त्यो डग्ड होलमा भेट्यो तिनीहरूले एउटा त्यो इभानले चाहिँ एउटा त्यसलाई निकाल्यो with his bare hand. When he was doing it, he felt a little thorn pricked his hand. उसलाई फिल भयो कि एउटा कुनै काँटाले उसलाई यसरी प्रिक गरेको जस्तो भयो तर he ignored it. They took around 2 or 3 ingots out of the hole. They they thought that the ingots might be gold and they felt that they could not carry more than that. Like त्यो 2-3 भन्दा बढी तिनीहरू क्यारी गर्न सक्दैन त्यही भएर त्यति मात्र लियो. After a while after a while तिनीहरू जब त्यहाँबाट निस्किँदै थियो Evan Evans began to feel pain in his hand and shoulder. इभानको जुन हात र सोल्डर थियो त्यो सारा पेन गर्न थाल्यो and he thought कि उसको जुन आर्म्स छ त्यो पेन भएको कारण त्यो पेडलिङ द कनोय होला किनभने he's been doing that. But the pain became more severe when they went more forward, perhaps 100 yards. Ivan began to breathe heavily and he could not speak. He was not even able to breathe, neither he was able to speak. He hardly told his friend not to come near him because he collapsed after that beside a tree with intolerable pain in his body. Even in such distorted pain in his face, Hooker began to think about all his consequences. He was horrified. उसको जुन साथी थियो त्यसलाई डर लाग्न थाल्यो कि लाइक के भयो उसको साथीलाई, how did he get to this condition. Evans then he understood that the meaning of the small dashes in the map which indicated the thorns and the signals to be aware. अब चाहिँ त्यो हेरेपछि चाहिँ उसलाई म्यापमा बनाएको त्यो ड्यासहरू अनि त्यो सिग्नलहरू त्यो सारा याद आयो एन्ड ही फेल्ट लाइक ही अन्डरस्टुड वाट द्याट मिन्स. Evans was silent and motionless, perhaps unconscious. When Hooker put the gold ingots in his coat, he also felt the prick of the thorns in his finger. As a result, he also began to feel his pain in his arm. Now he felt it difficult to bend his fingers and arms. त्यसपछि उसले आफ्नो चिनलाई रेस्ट गर्यो on his hands and elbows upon his knees. His friend's body was still quivering a little, who was not completely dead. The similar pain was increasing. उसको body में चाहिँ pain increase हुँदै जाँदै थियो and then both of them could not bear the pain they had. Far above him the faint breeze and the white petals of some unknown flower came floating down to him. Thus Pachi, there were like few white petals of a flower that came to both of them, which meant that he was also on the same fate of death as his friend. So, at the end of the story, the moral is even when they saw the dead body lying near the treasure hole, it they didn't stop. They agreed to take the treasure. They were very, very, very greedy, and at last both of them died because of the greed of the golden treasure they had. That's all, that's it about this story. Thank you.